can see clearly now, the rain is gone.
Yeah, baby, do shake it. Shake it, don't bake it. Rock it, don't sock it, man. Fly, don't even try. Just float. Feel the vibe, little tribe. And know you're going to make it. The Koyote Medicine Show here on the Hazy Radio Network. Your companion in the middle of the night, helping you take flight. Hey, babies, and we may just get it right. Yeah, the dude with the food, the man on the silver mountain, the rock and roll heart, right there in your soul, you betcha, Grandpaw Koyote. He got to know, man. It's all rock and roll. When we look in our soul, when we look in our heart, baby, we know for sure we need a new start. We got it down, man, but we ain't got nothing yet. We've been there, done that, but we haven't had it happen. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Babies, this week we've been everywhere. We had a little date with Destiny. We met Destiny's child. We were surrounded by the mother of love and filled with the light of the Koyote Medicine Show here on the Hazy Radio Network. Babies, we've had a rockin' week so far. And it's only just begun. But yeah, hell yeah, these energies are wild that we're going through right now. Compared to where humans have been in all of historical time, there's never been a time like this, babies. We are bursting forth from inside of the heart. Those of us that are sensitive, and there's a lot of us here, are just frickin' rocking, man. It's like, oh man, you have to give yourself some downtime too here and there so you can just absorb and assimilate these energies because they are wild, baby. You go from one end to the other, but notice how you're not going with it, you know? You're kind of holding steady there in the center as this shit goes around and pulls you that way, pulls you that way, and pulls you that way. It's a push-pull thing all the time here, man, but it's especially exaggerated right now, you know? We just got to smooth out the flow, babies. Take flight. So what we do right here in the middle of the night is we reach down in our soul, we reach down in our heart, and we give ourselves a brand new start. And you know how? Go right past that pain, you know, whatever it is you're feeling in there that might hold you back in the least little bit. There's always some fear. What'll happen if I go here? What'll happen if you live from the heart? Now, this week, we've been through it every night. We've been right there, in it, living it, just like you're beginning to now. Yeah, the energy is pouring through, not just the internet, not just the airwaves, but all across the lands and seas. Through the etheric network of love, baby. From my heart to yours and everyone else in between, baby. We raising the vibe on this planetary tribe in the middle of the night. Yeah, the coyotes doing it right, babies. All of us. We in this coyote tribe. We love the medicine of living. The irony, the perfect poetry in every little bit of it. Babies, you rock. And this is the Koyote Medicine Show. This is the day you've awaited. This is your night. And tonight, hey babies, if you're brave, you can call in. We'll rap with you a little bit. I'll give you the number here in a little bit. Let's get ourselves warmed up, babies. But anyway, my highest compliments to all of you, man, for wherever we've been, for whatever we've done, and whatever we're doing now. You know, it don't matter. It don't matter. What matters is that we're loving it. That's all. Yeah, babies. Rock. Wow, that was good. Babylon Sisters, baby. It's cool. God, that reminds me of time, long time ago. I mean, it must have been 40 years ago or so. I was in Spokane for the night, and I just happened to find a little bar across the street from this place where I'd be working in the morning. it was a comfortable little place, had some dinner there, kicked back drinking, the young man showing off. Got to have my little shots of tequila, a little bit of, what is it? Is it the lime first or the salt? I can't remember now, man. It's been too long ago. But anyway, I was doing that stuff and sipping them down and slugging them down. And this lumberjack dude, man, he was like drunker than a skunk, man, and he was like wanting to fight on me, and it's like, shoot, dude, just relax, man, everything's love, rock and roll and marijuana. Marijuana, man, I almost had another fight on my hands. Anyway, he noticed what I was drinking. He said, "What is that?" I says, "Tequila." Well, the fight came out of a bottle, man, and it took it out of both of us, man. I'm telling you, we went down hard, but he went down first, thank goodness, man. I think I drank 25 shots that night, and I'm a skinny little guy. I mean, that's half my paycheck right there for the month, man. Oh, not quite, but it was a lot anyway. But, it's rock and roll. It's all in the old medicine show, and away you go. But his buddies packed him out. He couldn't walk. I crawled, back to my truck. Oh, babies. I wished I'd have had 3 steps for the door. I might have made it. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Hey, we all been through our moments. We all been through the tougher side of life, and some of us hardly ever get out of it, man. It just comes in little waves and motions, and, just about the time the sun's shining and everything's, uncloudy and bright, then along comes a thunderstorm and, gives you a fright, man, in the middle of the night, or maybe in the daylight, whatever, soaks you to the bone, man, but it feels kind of good in a righteous sort of way, and you feel good that the lightning didn't choose to take you down today. You know what I mean? There's always beauty and wonder in every moment that you live, even in some of the most, especially in the most disastrous moments. That's when you feel the love of the universe in motion. That's why you live to tell about it. You're propped up by billions of souls, man. Billions of hearts walking through this life with you, And part of our conscious beginning here in the evening, the late of the night, with the coyotes taking flight, baby, is to see that aspect of our journey, to know who's in it with us, man. It gives you great reassurance. Now, we've seen around us in the physicality world, as they call it, whole bunches of evidence of spaceships floating all over the darn place, gathering around the sun, gathering around the moon, hiding on the dark side of the moon, hiding behind Mars. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff, all kinds of talk out there. But there's all kinds of evidence, too. Little bits of it slips through here and there. Thank goodness for the internet, because we can grab it. I mean, there's lots of BS. There's more BS than there is anything. Beautiful BS. Oh, man. I get to where I can hardly read more than a paragraph sometimes. That just drives me nuts. But the rock and roll truth is there for those who can rock upon it. You see what I mean? There's those little glimpses. There's those things that are real, man. And they pop up here and there, You'll see me post them once in a great while on Facebook, And sometimes I post stuff I know is photoshopped, but it's just so darn cool. It's such a beautiful work, I admire it, man. I wish I was so gifted as all that, Baby, it's a cosmic mix, this life. We're all in it together, no matter what role we're playing, whether we're the hang glider pilot floating overhead, or we're the garbage man collecting away the garbage from the hang glider pilot studio down the road there a piece. You know what I mean? Or the dude that tells the garbage man where to go. I mean, shoot, they pay people to do this, to tell people what else to do. It's a crazy world we live in. We ain't gonna have to put up with this shit much longer. Relax. Settle back into your hearts, baby. We're almost there. Can't you feel it? I mean, feel the vibe. All right. I don't care what's going on. I don't care if it's the worst moment of your life right now. It's the best moment. You know what I mean? You know, I don't care if you're torn in 5,000 directions. Well, hell, so am I. Welcome to human being. You know, I mean, that's what we do, babies, you know. We're confronted with what seems a myriad of choices or a myriad of connections we want to pursue. And, you know, there's only going to be room enough for one or two. You just follow the flow of the heart. Shoot. You know, I mean, there's no real choice, baby. There's just a lot of perceptions, you know. But there's no real choice. The choice is to follow the heart, and that's done all automatically. You just do it. When you live in this loving space, you're doing it anyway, believe it or not. But when you live in this loving space, when you can come together with that, and we're all just working on it, but we're also getting into it, it's happening. When you can get into that, babies, when you're living there inside of that heart, when you feel the power of that right now, feel that opening, that awakening. It's kind of like soft, sweet thunder inside, flowing outward from your heart area, expanding in, you know, to the rest of you. It's kind of stretching you now. There's parts of you getting stretched now that hasn't moved in a long time. And I'm speaking of the energies, not the muscles and the bones, but they're part of it too. You know, it's all coming together inside. Because we are the vibe tribe. We're the ones awakened and awakening. Here to help the sleepwalkers awaken by walking with them, being asleep too, man. You know, now we wake up, you know, and as we wake up, alarm bells go off all over the place. And guess what? Sleep gets rubbed out of a lot of eyes. It's exponential. It's expansive, babies. It goes from one person to another exponentially. You don't even have to think about it. Just stay in the loving space inside of yourself, babies. And you know, as I'm doing these radio shows, it gets higher and higher and better every day, every night. But every day, it's always the push-pull, man. It's always back in that realm where is it is or is it ain't, or is it is or is it ain't. You know what I mean? We go through this poetic little drama, you know. It's kind of silly. But at the same time, it's cute, it's beautiful, and we're learning something by it. The push-pull, where does that point? To the center. And swinging's kind of fun, and we like to do that. But there's also a time for grounding right into the center and expanding outward from there. Babies, it's much more fun than swinging, let me tell you, because you go in all directions. You know, I mean, you're like a big sphere, a big ball of energy, you know. And as you get into the loving space, that sphere, that ball of influence, that rainbow love, because that's what it is. It's glittery rainbow love surrounds you, man, you know. That's why people see different auric colors, auric field colors. It's whatever happens to be flashing out of your rainbow right then. Have you never watched the medicine wheels in the sky? They flash them rainbow colors, man. You know, we do too, you know. It's the essential essence of life. Creation is refracted light, man, you know, and that's represented by the rainbow refracting in the sky, or the sunlight through the prism, through the crystal energy, becoming creation. You see how that works? Color comes from light and light. Even this that we perceive of as darkness is made of the light. Yeah, that's right. We're all in the same boat together, paddling up the same stream. And babies, I tell you, no matter where we are on it, we're loving it. You may be in the most miserable moment you ever saw, and you're loving it. Look at your soul, look at your heart, and see if I ain't right, as we take off in flight here with old Rod Stewart for just a few minutes here on the Koyote Medicine Show, only on the Hey Z Radio Network. Babies, we love you. We'll give him a little of that, and then a baby elephant walk. What the hell? I haven't heard that in years, man. It's a beautiful life. Don't that just send your old heart a sailing, dancing with the baby elephants. I hadn't heard that one in 100 years, man. When I saw it in my collection today, I tossed it in the basket. I knew it'd be a good one. I knew you'd like it, 'cause we get it right here in the middle of the night on the Koyote Medicine Show, only on the Hazy Radio Network, here helping you take flight in the middle of the night, baby. With a little rock and roll to help along your soul, and a little talk to help you on your walk, and a little vibe to help you get with the tribe and get with the vibe and fly with the bird tribes and buzz with the bee tribes and so on and so forth, babies. It's rock and roll. It's getting down there, right there, into your soul, into your heart. The place where it begins, the place where it starts, yeah. And guess what? It's call-in night, babies. If you got something, you just been dying to chew the bone with the old man here. If you just been dying to say, what the hell about this, old man? Or does it, whatever, you know what I mean? We'll go there, man. Well, nothing too racy now, but there are no limits, babies. It's all rock and roll. So get your little selves warmed up tonight. Get your little wings all dried out and ready for flight. Get in the heart, settle in there right now, babies. Feel that joining energy. Feel that love that's expanding outward from this old silver mountain here in Colorado on planet Earth, all across the planet Earth, all across the face of her, man. And right there in your heart too, baby. And your heart right back here with me. There is no distance. There is only the universe inside of ourselves. And every bit of it accessible because it lives within us. We are the vibe, we are the tribe, come to bring back the little truckers back to life, because it's rock and roll when you live in strife. And yeah, sometimes it's a lot of fun, but most of the time it's a son of a gun. So now that we've learned that we can do it right, we can take off and we can be in flight and no longer have to be living there in misery, but living here in the air, where all there is love and care, babies. It's cloud nine and then some, man. It's beyond the dimensional realities. It's beyond the universal realities. It's in your heart. It's inside of you now, growing, baby. And all you got to do is listen to it, dear. Oh, I love you so much, babies. Oh, there we are. Do you believe in magic? Yeah. Now we got them going with Player, Baby Come Back. I play this, every 3 days or so. It's one of my faves. Because baby's always going away, so we got to keep telling her to come back. All right, we'll be back here in a bit. Yeah, that's my heart a calling, baby, come back. Yeah. Come back to life. Come back to rock and roll. Come back inside to your heart and soothe your soul. And whatever they're bothering you, it's time to let go. It wasn't your fault. It wasn't anybody's. We all fly upside down once in a while, man, which means, we have a hairy crack up. You know what I mean? There's always a little collision or two as you're sailing on through. But that's what we're here to deal with. That's what we do, man. We're the instrumental beings that can get it on through despite adversity and ice storms and thunder and lightning and tornadoes too, man. Whatever it is, man, we got the stuff and we're getting through. So, babies, don't you worry about a cotton-picking little thing. Whatever's on your mind, whatever's heavy in your heart this night, you got it just right. And relief is in sight, because you see it's just right. You know it's time to let go, to love yourself enough to unburden yourself, to see past the bullshit and see the life inside and just truckin' embrace it, babies. Just get hold of your heart. Tonight, right now, in this moment in time, embrace it. Give yourself a nice soft hug. And know that you're loved beyond comprehension. And that right now, you're feeling that love inside. And it seems to come from beyond you and fill you at the same time. It is you. That love would not be there if you were not totally made of it. Your essential love. Your soul love, your heart love, your love in motion. Your love that cares enough about itself to let itself live blindly for centuries without end and go through all kinds of pain and agony because of it. Baby, we're not the first to suffer, but we will be the last. Indeed. Because tonight, here on the Koyote Medicine Show, we ended. Enough of the suffering. Enough of the pain. Enough of the letting go even. And enough of the game. We don't need any of that. All we need is to be natural, happy, free, unburdened by any of it. Just let it be. It's an experience. We test ourselves to the maximum sometimes, and sometimes we crack. But we can always come back, babies. We got the spiritual glue inside. We're back together before we ever fall apart. We're that kind of people, man. We're made out of some pretty tough stuff, you know? We're resilient. The weakest of us is one of the strongest beings in the universe. In spiritual terms, we have that kind of energy inside of us, all of us. The weakest human being is one of the strongest spirits ever created and has endured a lot in order even to be here to endure this place of experience, a human lifetime. It takes a lot to get here. It takes a lot to go through it. It takes a lot to move beyond it. A lot of love. A lot of letting go. A lot of undoing. You know, letting go of preconceived notions by seeing beyond them, past them, through them. Seeing what really is there. Letting the light shine inside where it used to be dark. And no longer kidding ourselves about any of it. But at the same time, being happy about it. It's okay to experience agony and to release it. You don't have to carry it forever, you know? And what you've been perceiving may or may not be correct anyway. I mean, tomorrow morning you might wake up with a whole different attitude and a whole different idea about what it's all about. Because tonight you took flight. You got down there in your heart, baby, and you let go. You began to get real with yourself by allowing the feeling of this presence of love into your darker places. You know, it's kind of thrilling. Because these darker places, you know, they think they haven't felt this in a long time, even though they're created of it. I mean, you know, come on, it's a playground, you know? And they're part of the sandbox too, man, you know, it's all toys, it's all instruments in the hands of those who are willing to experience it as such, you know. We take it at our level, at our pace, at our time, in our flow, as an individual being, person. Many think you got to let go of this character that you are. No, you enhance, you grow from that. You realize the universe inside of it. You be this personal representation of the majesty of the universe. You see how that works? There's nothing egocentric about that whatsoever. That's living in the truth of your own reality. Much different than having to have some bloated idea about yourself because you feel insufficient inside, you know. Everybody feels a little insufficient. Some people admit it, some people don't. But everybody compensates for it, you know what I mean? But that's what we're letting go of now. How do you let go of such thing as that? I mean, if it's been brainwashed into you since you were a kid, you just love yourself enough to release it, to not be it anymore. You just let go, babies, you know, rock on. And you don't even have to do that. When I say let go, what I'm meaning is be okay with it. You know, it's over, it's history, it's done. You know, we've all had huge losses, man. And there is a time for sorrow. But there's a time to walk away from that sorrow, too, and respect the wishes of those who have journeyed with us here and passed on. And tell them thank you. And respect their wishes. And they would not want us wallowing in pitiful sorrow for the rest of forever. They would want us doing what we do. And, you know, if there's anybody like that agonizing you in your life tonight, man, you know, just talk to them. You know, call them in your heart. While you're in this heart moment here, bring them to you. And it'll give you some peace tonight. They'll talk, you know. The dead are living, the living are dead. But anyway, we're all getting it back together again. The veils are very thin. You can call back anybody. You just think about them in your heart and they'll come to you. Maybe in a dream. Maybe they'll come talk straight up to you. Yeah. I get them as feelings, and then there's words that form in those feelings. That's how I talk to them, man. But I see their visuals sometimes too, you know, it just depends, you know, how important the connection is. But there's not much separation between the living and the dead and the living, you know, these days anyhow. Especially on this night tonight, as we rock and roll ourselves into flight, here on the Koyote Medicine Show, only on the Hazy Radio Network. And I hope you're enjoying your flight. You can unbuckle your seatbelts now for a little while, and we'll cruise just a moment or two. But you never know when some turbulence might shake up the wings a little bit, so be ready to dive for your seat at any moment. You never know. You know, there could be a big old love asteroid on its way to planet Earth right now. Could land right here on my lap tonight and splash all over you, babies. Could be if we're in the middle of a love storm, babies. Oh my. Let's fly, babies. Let's fly.
It's gonna be bright, bright, bright.